was a man who's decided to step out of the international spotlight who scored the opening try of the game. And for the police at that, Steve Sutton over in the very first minute. BLEDDYN enjoyed that, but he was happy just to be playing after the niggling back trouble that's kept him out for 7 weeks.
I think the injury was blown out of all proportion, you know. It was only a small tendon which had torn the top of the hamstring, you know. It was possibly diagnosed as sciatica, but it wasn't, thankfully, and I'm fine now and looking forward to the rest of the year.
So you don't think you had any more problems now, do you?
Well, hopefully not, Rob, no.
Only 3 weeks to Twickenham, though. Do you think you can get enough match practice between now and then?
Well, you know what I mean, I don't know, that's all I want to do now is just to play week in, week out with hopefully not having any more injuries and just to enjoy my rugby, and whatever else comes would be a bonus on my part.
It would also have been a real bonus for BLEDDYN's comeback to coincide with the police win. But with Chris Huish getting the touchdown here, and then David Bishop charging off on a typically dynamic run to tear through the defence, that soon began to appear distinctly unlikely. With Bishop and Mark Ring calling the shots behind, the Gwen side really did seem to be in very good form. And David Bishop was soon at it again, across the line for his second try as Pontypool began to look their confident selves. Mark Brown might have been a little lucky to get away with the fumble here, but he showed a real turn of speed as he went for the posts, and when he was tackled, Alan Carter was there to pick up and score. With Mark Ring popping over the conversion, that meant it was already 22-7 to Pooler, with half-time still 10 minutes away. And when Paul Rees came crashing through to go across on the blind side, the game as a contest was as good as over. The next try went to Roger Bidgood, and after the interval there were others from Chris Huish and Richard Goodey, as the visitors made sure BOWEN wouldn't actually enjoy the way his comeback was going. Still, after all the problems he's had over the last 2 or 3 seasons, there's a lot to be said for being out there on the pitch at all.
Yes, the last 3 years have been a bit of a disaster, really. You know, I used to play in school twice a week and play soccer, play tennis in the week. You know, never had injury in my life, but that's the way things go, you know. That's the way sportsmen, you know, possibly the body are, so I just got to keep on plugging away.
You might get an injury-free run though, mightn't you? You never know how it goes.
Yes, you know, it'd be nice now to have an injury-free run and get on a bit now. I'm 26 now, but yes, I just hope in the next couple of years I just will be able to play without any discomfort at all.
You didn't pick the best game to come back in, perhaps, today against Pontypool, the way they're playing.
No, you know what I mean. I think Swansea up the next week, they'll have to play really well to put them off their hop. But you know, talking their performance today, it was a super performance by the whole team. You know.
Yeah, how do you go about stopping a team when they're playing as well as that?
That's right. You know, difficult. You know, everybody says, you know, you've got to sort of decline in our possession, but they just keep on playing that white ball back all the time. You know, and I don't know, it's very difficult. We tried today, but we came out second best.
What about David Bishop? Obviously, he's getting a lot of publicity one way or another. I mean, Wales lucky to have so many good scrum halves around him.
Super scrum halves, you know, from David's point of view, he had a good game today, but there's plenty of good scrum halves about, you know, all depends which way Wales want to play the game.
Well, there's never been much doubt about the way David Bishop plays behind the Pontypool pack, and on Saturday, he really did look at his best. He had an afternoon off last week, remember, on the replacements bench at the Welsh trial, and you felt his hat-trick of tries, celebrated in something of the Super Bowl style, was his way of proving a point. Referee Dave Herbert joined the police pack for a moment or two after that, but he was back on duty to see the home side set up their best move of the match. Ball all the way along the line, finally reaching Clive Barber, and then back inside to Kieran Jones for the centre to go round and score underneath the posts. So, some consolation for the police as they look forward to a tricky cup tie against Newbridge on Saturday. But Pontypool certainly deserved the last word, and they got it. Alan Glasson in for their 10th try. As for BLEDDYN, he came through with no problems, apart from the scoreline, of course, and he can now think ahead to Twickenham in 3 weeks' time.
That's right, you know, it's all depends who's fortunate enough to be selected for Wales. You know, I think, you know, the players are of good ability in Wales. You know, if they perform on the day, I don't see they should be frightened of anybody. And you know, whoever's playing for Wales, I think they should look forward to a good Five Nations Championship.
England will have their tails over Twickenham now, won't they?
Yes, you know what I mean. They've always been built up, you know, England. But I'm sure the Welsh lads, if they know that we can